says wrong. Give people about a minute or two to come join us and see if Charlie gets off soon. Maybe, maybe not. It's okay.
One of our co-hosts is we're doing school at the same time as work, so we're making our schedules work.
It's hard trying to get the school and work stuff down, but we're doing it. All right, it is 2:30. Let's get it started. What is up, guys? It is episode 4 of our youth engagement series. I am your host, Chris, with my co-host, one of my two co-hosts, Amada. What is up? How are you doing today?
It's going good, Chris. Hope the viewers are doing well. Looks like the clouds are rolling in. It was looking pretty good this morning. But just trying to get used to this week 8 in quarantine work. But it's going good today. We had a good speaker series right before this with Tria. It was phenomenal. We'll get a little bit more into that going on in here. But yeah, it's going good.
Yeah. We are having everybody's having difficulties right now. So we kind of had some earlier, but I think we're back and ready to go. Charlie, our other co-host, is with school right now. He is trying to get all of his work done, so he will not be on with us today. But we are still happy he's getting his stuff done. He will be with us next week. So for this week, our theme is about media, specifically because we had a good conversation with Turia Smith about the news of Ada Humboldt, and hopefully you guys all watched that. Hopefully you guys saw it on our Facebook. It was a great conversation with me, Amada, her, Virgil, and Bubba. Amada, what did you think of that talk? What do you think of that speaker series?
For me, I felt connected to it in a way just because she's done a lot locally with local people that I know that are native here in California in our little northern coast community. And so I still somewhat felt very connected going in, but I actually had not realized that my uncle was in the issue until I realized the magazine was on the bookshelf over there and I had to grab it like while we were in the interview, trying not to. I finally realized he was in there, but I think it went well. She touched base on a little bit of media, how to kind of dive down into it if you're wanting to get interested in it. And she kind of touched base on all ages as well, and ways that we can share some of our culture here as well. So, and we're going to touch base on that a little bit with the youth side of that, because there's a lot of connections with you guys out there. What are you guys doing in the community ceremonies, all of that? She wants to hear it. And so it sounds like we have a pretty good connection base out there. We just got to figure out what we want to get to her and stuff. And we're hopefully going to touch base with you guys and see that in the future as well. So it looks like we've got some stuff rolling though. I think it went really well.
Yeah, we're going to keep in touch with her. If Tria, if you're watching this too, hello. We're excited to talk to you. We're going to get in contact with you. We have some stuff that we want to do with them. We have some stuff that we want to do with you guys. So if you guys want to be in the magazine or work with the magazine, work with us with the magazine, please let us know. We are trying to get as many people involved as possible. We are trying to get you guys we can get all your pictures in there, all of your stuff in there. It'd be even better. But we just want to hear from you guys, and News for Native California wants to hear from you guys as well. So please let us know. Please keep it updated. We have some stuff going on for you guys, so we'll get all that prepared. This week for our, yours quarantine question, Amada, is can you show us some of your masks? So I know you just sent something on our Instagram. So you can show us your mask and show us what you guys have been, or show us you've been using for your protection, because I know everybody needs some right now.
And for the giveaway, I don't know if you guys got to see that on our little shout out yesterday. We put it on the story as well as did a post, but I got some cool little sewn face masks. We got a Mickey Mouse, Black Panther, just a few different ones to hopefully reach out for different audiences that are maybe wanting one. But yeah, you can check out our Instagram page and hopefully we can get one of those to you. There's been a couple out there that have actually responded. So thank you for that. And we just want to see kind of maybe what you're using too. I actually am going crazy, but I'm like actually really like the masks. So I've been getting like different family members some and making sure my elders they all got some taken care of. So it can be fun. I really want to learn how to sew too. So that's Zoe, if you're watching, I know you sew, so I'm coming for you sometime too. That's in the future.
Nice. I've actually done the opposite thing. I haven't got a mask. I'm not fighting trying to get a mask, but I'm like, okay, I can last however long I can without a mask. I'm still being safe. I have little bandanas and headbands and stuff that I've been using. It was funny. We were doing one of our work Zoom meetings, and I had a bandana just like tied around like this. People are like, "Chris, you got a scarf on? Like, why are you doing a fashion statement? It's just a bandana. That's what I've been using to keep my face covered, stay protected." It's weird because I'm not used to the people being in bandanas all the time. It's usually like you're a cowboy or you're this or that. So like, I kind of like the whole rebel but not being a rebel kind of thing. So that's what I've been using. I do need to get a mask though. I do want to make sure I get one like that I really really like. So Zoe, now that she called you out, you might have to make me one too as well. So watch out for that.
So I saw in the very beginning she knew how to sew, and I've been wanting to learn for so long. And so I've been asking family members, but they're always like, "Oh yeah, soon." And so we'll see. I think that'll be good. But also, do you want to touch base on the challenge for the?
Yes, the challenge. Since we had a little technical difficulties last week, weren't able to show you guys our challenge on our Instagram, but we are gonna do the same thing. We're gonna want you guys to show us our trick shots. We're gonna show our trick shots, and for our other Two Feathers employees, other coworkers, they're gonna show their trick shots as well. It doesn't have to be on the basketball hoop. Doesn't have to be in your house or outside. It can be wherever. You can throw it in a trash can, hit it in the cup. Like, we just want to see you guys get creative. If you want to throw something like shoot in a mask, like that works too. Like, the more creative you guys can get, the better. The more stuff we can post, the better. We want to see what you guys can come up with. I know that I have some stuff on my sleeve. I'm sure Amada does. I'm sure Charlie all have stuff up their sleeve too. So watch out for that. We are able to post as many stuff as you want us to post. So we're going to try and post at least one every day. Maybe more. We'll have to check our Instagram and find out, but we're going to do that. And then for next week, we're going to post our next challenge on Monday. So make sure you guys watch out for that next week, because we are going to have something new for you guys. So make sure you guys check that out.
And next week is this week is media, but next week is going to be touching base on language and kind of creating new speakers. The Indigenous speaker series will be Julian, and then for the virtual speaker series, we'll be having Zoe on Thompson. She's doing phenomenal work with I can't believe how much she's doing, but she shared with me that I actually was her mentor at one of the Hope camps, and that we named our group Churi, which is Bear and Yurok. So she was like, from that moment on, she said she was really interested in language, which I didn't even know it stemmed from just a little group thing. So that was really interesting, fun fact. But yeah, we will be featuring her, and she's doing I know she's really doing a lot with the Karuk language, but I know she's connected with her home roots in Tolowa and also doing some of the other local languages as well. So that will be also featured on next week.
Yes, next week is going to be really, really important, really exciting for us. We're going to try and get as many Indigenous speakers as we can as possible. I know that we might have some stories for you guys in different languages. We're going to have some just some fun, maybe some trivia, some questions for you guys. So please check out that next week. We're gonna have a big week planned for you guys. The other thing we have planned going on that we want to tell you guys about is next month, July, if you guys are graduating,
June.
or you know someone who is graduating, we are going to put together our own little Two Feathers kind of support for you guys. So we are going to get as much information about you, if you want and if you approve, we're going to get as much information about you, post it on our Instagram, post it on our YouTube, show you guys out to the world, because we are proud of you guys for graduating, whether it's 5th grade, 8th grade, high school, college, everything. We are very proud of you guys. So we want to show that off to you guys and show it off to the world, honestly. So we starting as soon as possible, get that stuff to us. And then the deadline is the second week of June, second week of June, sorry. So we can have that all out, and we're gonna have a good ceremony, a good thing for you guys that unfortunately couldn't actually have their graduation because of this pandemic. So we're excited to bring that to you guys as well.
We want to highlight mostly the 8th graders that didn't have graduation, as well as the seniors that didn't have a graduation, as well as some of our college. We have Ellen, Winnie, Shoshone. We have some of our even crew members that weren't able to have a graduation themselves as well. So we want to highlight all ranks and hear what you guys do. Are any of you guys athletes, student athletes, your PRs in track and field? I know that's not happening right now. I did shot put and discus, so I've been seeing some records from my old school, Fortuna. They've been sharing some stuff, and just athletics. I know proms didn't happen. Maybe share some of your dresses, girls that have been out there. I know that's been a huge thing for some of the older girls that didn't get to have a prom. Just graduation, you guys have an outfit, your caps. What were you guys thinking for your caps and gowns? I was trying to think back to my senior year and what I was doing. And I know it would have been hard for me with sports, but you also still want to showcase what you're doing and where you're going. Where are you going to school? Did you get accepted somewhere? So we want to hear all of that. And it excites me just thinking about all of that. So don't look at it as a trying time, because I think there's still going to be ways to celebrate too. So it'll be good.
Exactly. We want to celebrate with you guys. We want to have everybody have our own little party. So please get that information out for us so we can start getting that together for you guys. We're excited to have it. Hopefully you guys are excited as we are, and we'll get some more updates soon as we start getting more information about that. So please send us, if anybody you want to highlight, if you want to highlight yourself, let us know. We're going to get more stuff like that going on soon. So we're excited for that.
And maybe include a senior picture too, or just a photo, maybe something. You don't have to if you don't like that, but it just something that gives the time to showcase maybe your senior portraits too, that you would like to maybe show some family or something like that. So maybe showcase that as well if you can.
Yes. And so for this week, we're going to talk about media, because we just had a great conversation with Taria Smith at News from Dayton Humboldt. Hopefully you guys watched it. It was great. So the kind of questions that we're going to talk about and want you guys to think about is the importance of media, the importance of speaking the right things on the media, and especially as an Indigenous person, kind of getting what you want out there. So the first question I have for you, Amada, is actually, what did you think of Taria? What do you think of News of Dayton, California? Are you excited to work with them? Just what do you think of our little interview?
I think it's a good reach and a good connection that we've made with Two Feathers, just in the sense she's focusing basically on California and Native culture. And I think here on the North Coast, she kind of touched base on how we're connected with our culture here and our home base in our land. That she was even stating with this COVID situation, we can still go out and gather resources, do things in the times for ceremonies, for different basket weaving, just different things right now that we're wanting to do. So she was stating up here, we have resources to even do that. And down south in like LA areas for some of the natives, they don't even have that. And so it was just a lot of insightful information that I didn't really think of, thinking of natives in California, as well as the difference with kind of how long they've been out there. I didn't know that they've been there for years and years. And Bubba was kind of showing some of the older magazines that he had from years back. And so it's just kind of even made me want to subscribe and see. And I was looking back at some of the issues that they have, and they really showcase some of those, like they got some really cool from other tribes that I wasn't even, like family based stuff that we would see that our close relatives are posting. Like there's some really cool stuff out there. So I want to definitely subscribe to it, as well as get some of the stuff that we want to showcase out there. I know there's some really pretty, not necessarily ceremony, but like before the what you guys showcase on social media yourselves. I've seen some of our youth post really beautiful pictures, and that goes for the guys too. They've showcased what they're wearing. And I also think just eeling, going out and doing different stuff, like there's a lot of really awesome um, people out there taking media shots too. I think Sammy Gensaw does a lot, I've noticed, with youth too, and filmmaking. And then I saw United Indian Health does some stuff. So I think we have some really good reaching out and connections if we wanted to for this. So I think it'll be good.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see where this takes us. I'm really excited to get your guys' faces out there, get your guys what you guys want to get out there, and get some more information about just what you guys want to see, what you and what other people can know about our people from News from Native California. One of the topics that we talked about during that interview was about showing the right type of media, showing the media that showing what correctly portraying somebody in the media, whether it's a Native person, whether it's someone that you know, someone that you don't know, just portraying them correctly. What what do you think? What do you think is the importance of that? Like, how do you think is important to make sure you portray yourself correctly on the media and make sure you're not posting something about, whether it's about yourself or about your people, about someone else, make sure you're posting the correct stuff.
So that, yeah, I was surprised in the sense of how much misinformation can be out there just on any topic, not necessarily native news and that connection, just in general of media. And so it was insightful and kind of relieving to see that this magazine is kind of only focused on connecting like cultural revitalization, as well as sharing what's going on with our tribes now, what we're doing. Like even the issue that we were talking about at the very end of the video was like an addition about like spring love or something in that sense. And so it was just love stories about different Native people here in the local community. There were two highlighted here in Humboldt, even in that issue. And so I think this gives a different portrayal of kind of the media, in a sense of not just seeing the nitty gritty stuff. It's kind of showcasing what's really going on, and we almost don't really have to worry about what's right or wrong, if that makes sense. And I think it's important to take the time to think about what you do post on social media and what you do or don't, because that was kind of a thing too, of the harshness of that. It's like kind of always out there what we're doing. And so, but it's also good in the sense too, because we've been able to see what our past history has gone through. And so I think in general, this whole media thing is really, I think it's a good and a bad thing. I think it can go very well with history and proclaiming history and showcasing things, but I also think it can go wrong in the sense of news articles or different people kind of taking their word for it and what they heard and putting it out there. And so I like that this Native News from California, they kind of get to the direct core and center and really hear stories that are from people and the community, Native community here, and all in California based. So I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. I related a lot to what they're talking about, having the positive, the correct perception of people, and especially Native people, because there are so much misinformation, so much rumors and stuff that could be true, could not be true, just because that's what has happened before. We're trying to do the best we can to kind of make our own path, and whether it's individually or on a tribal level, the best way we can do that is post our positivity, post about love, post about family. And I think that's what we're trying to do with our series here. Like, we want to know as much positive stories about you guys as possible. We want to tell you guys our positive stories. We want to say that there are so many great things happening right now that it can kind of be, it's a bright spot, because there are things that may be able to bring us down, maybe able to have us look at there are some dark times, but we have so many more positive stories than negative stories. We want to make sure they're shown to you guys and shown correctly to you guys and taught by natives for native people. So
I agree with that completely.
Yeah, that's I'm glad you agree. So the kind of we're gonna make this a shorter video because we are honestly very tired from that interview. That was a great interview. It took a lot out of us. But for for the last kind of question I have today is for all of our youth and for all of our people who maybe don't know too much about media, especially social media. What do you think is the best advice you can have for them, or what do you think is the best way to properly talk about somebody or talk about yourself?
On like a social media platform?
Yeah, on the media, social media in general.
So for me, for social media, it depends on the person. Some people love sharing everything. Some people don't. Some people haven't never even posted anything. But for me, in media and how I grasp what's good to post and what's not, is I just kind of share about me, what I'm doing, stuff that I'm taking, but it also depends on the generation too. Like my grandma is just now getting into Facebook. Like she just got downloaded this app not that long ago, just understanding posting, where I was in there where Snapchat just started when I was in high school. It was like just created when I was like a sophomore, I think. So, and then some of these kiddos, it's been since they were young, and that gives the social media right there to post everywhere. And so I think it just really depends on kind of what you feel is appropriate, but I also think what the judgment is on your viewers. Who do you think also is going to see that? Is somebody going to be offended by that might not understand what you're posting? And I also think about how long it's going to be out there. What I post, I might delete later. Somebody could still screenshot that. Work can go on, even on Facebook. I've seen stuff saved on there that I've deleted off of Instagram, just being young, sports or something, a silly post. And then I go on Facebook and it's still posted on there because they were synced or whatever. So there's a lot of different stuff where it's getting all kind of crazy now with even running this Instagram and YouTube pages. Like I'm learning how much you really can archive and see, but I kind of just post the judgment on the benefits from it, how much of like the viewers are going to like get a good response from it, like posting I'm going and got my master's degree, for instance, or just sharing family. And I also use it as like a news base, like Facebook, you can like and do stuff, but I would just think, who are you hurting by posting it? Or is it posting it for good? Like, what are your intentions by it? As well as like, I've seen some posts where people can be mean or it's a funny meme and stuff like that. And I've even laughed at stuff and done all of that. But I think for me personally and what I post, I just think about that and the viewers and what they kind of see from that. And if I want to be represented as that, because when you get older, workplaces and such can actually go and look right up, and you might have, I've seen some people have multiple Facebook accounts, multiple Instagram accounts, multiple, just because they want to make a new page here, a new page there. But all that's still there. It's not just because you want to make a new page and that, it's, you can still go. And so I've heard of workplaces going and looking at your stuff, and they see like some of the stuff that you shouldn't maybe be doing, or maybe that's not appropriate, or in the sense of who knows what, just silly things or funny memes where it's mean or something. But that's just something I would consider advice. But I also think it can be a good thing. You can also share like news. Everything travels fast. Family, friends, media, you can share what's going on with you. So I also think it's good, like blogging now, all vlogging and doing all of that is huge. I follow some adventure families that post every single day, their whole life sometimes. So I think it all just depends on the person though, and the kind of what they're wanting to do, like what their account's for. Is it a personal account? Is it a funny account? Is it that? But just remember, it's always out there. I feel like people even get screenshots of stuff, or news people, or like since deleted post, but we have it. And it's like, all right, well, it's not deleted because you have it. So, but that's kind of where I stand. Just kind of always think everybody could see it.
Yeah. Basically, the best thing I learned from this is if you ever want to figure out how far behind you are technology wise, start a YouTube channel or start an Instagram. Then you'll realize how far you are behind and how much you still need to learn. I'm learning so much from the kids in general, from like the kids I'm working with, because I'm not someone who wants to post a lot about himself. I'm not someone who is gonna post on Instagram every single day or on a go post YouTube video. Like one of the reasons I wanted to do this was because it gives me a reason to do it, or it gives me a kind of motivation, because I was always so nervous about like, oh, will someone like this or anybody not? And that's kind of the hold that social media has on you. It just, will people like it? Will make you like feel gratified or good. But if you look at this through just you're thinking positive about yourself, you're thinking that what you're doing is for a benefit for yourself or for others, then you have nothing to be afraid of. You have nothing to be concerned about. Like, you are doing this because it makes you feel good and it makes other people feel good. If you are putting people down, then that's different. But you should use media as a whole, whether it's social media or stuff on the news. Use it to make yourself a better person. Use it to help yourself out. Use it to show people what you can accomplish. Just, there's so much more stuff you can do on YouTube and on Instagram, on all those social media stuff, just than being like, hey, I'm making fun of you because I'm the president and I allowed to. No, there's sorry, I don't mean to be political, but you can make this positive. You can have fun with it. You can teach me some things because I'm still trying to learn. I know Amana's still trying to learn. We're all still trying to learn some stuff. Media can be your friend. It can help you out. It can get your voice out there. You just have to find the right people who want to know about you and who want to hear from you and who you want to hear from. That's kind of a ramble, but I think that I'm so excited to see what you guys can do with media and what you guys can teach us, because I'm still learning. Obviously, we're still kind of taking a little behind in technology. But if you guys have anything you want to teach us, anything you want to show us on Instagram or on YouTube or even on Snapchat, whatever, let us know. We are so excited to have you guys be able to talk to you guys through media. So the more we can do that, the better. Amana, I'm gonna let you talk a little bit because I've been rambling for way too long. So I'm gonna let you talk about social media.
Well, it's funny just going back and forth. We're both gonna feel that way, so that's totally good. But I was looking at some of the comments from some of the viewers that are watching, and I noticed Frankie Tripp. She's been watching every week. Thanks for being a number one. I know you've been doing the challenges too, but she was
Frankie, you're awesome. Thank you for that.
Thank you. And she's been saying that a lot of this is good advice. And she was also saying that it's important to, kind of touching base on what Chris was saying, that it's important to like be your authentic person, your authentic self in this sense, because I feel like, again, social media, you only see what they post, whether it's a person and an account, whatever, you only see what they're choosing to let you see. So pretty much when you go and follow a famous person, sometimes you're only seeing all the good stuff, the luxury, but you got to remember too, everybody has different times in their life when stuff's happening and they're not going to post, oh, this just happened, I just got in a car accident and dinged my car up and now I gotta, you know what I mean? Just little things that happen, or, oh like I lost my cat, or just whatever, little situations that every day happen to people sometimes that are accidents also don't get posted. And I think it's just really important to remember that we're all people, and social media sometimes portrays a lot of good, I should post all the time too, and I realize a lot of the times it's just the good, which is good. But I also enjoy following people like athletes or people that share the nitty gritty of stuff or the training. And that's where I kind of follow, as well as like, I try to follow both sides of things so I can see different biases as well, because I really don't want to be biased in a situation. I kind of just want to look at it, see what it is for itself. And I feel like media has taken a turn where now Facebook, it's like you can like all these pages and then you see all of this other stuff, or even all the people that are famous, you now have access to all their accounts. And when I was way younger, I don't feel that I had like sixth, fifth, fourth grade. It wasn't like this. I didn't have like, can go on and see my like hero. And now Kevin Durant, I remember he was my favorite basketball player growing up, and he is an account, but I remember going to like his game for the first time and I was able to like record it as an adult, and I was like still wanting to watch. And I remember people around me are like just like this with their phones. And I'm like, what is the point? What is the point? You're recording it for what? I don't know. So I think media too, it's always like, remember to be in the moment too. I think that's really huge with a lot of media, is that you're there to capture the moment and relive it and let other people see it. But what about what you're feeling in that moment too? And that like kind of remember to grasp away. And I've noticed that with just a lot of like games and athletic. It's kind of silly that it's been athlete, like stuff like that, but I've remembered to kind of pull myself out of it too. So I think that, but thank you, Frankie, for kind of saying that too. I think it's important to be your like authentic self, and it lets people see kind of what's going on in the real world. And I think that's important too, because I'm kind of an activist in the sense of like recreation and leisure. So being in the outdoors and not kind of being saving our sustainability, kind of doing practices in that sense to have our land here for the future generations. And so that's something huge, and it connects to my like culture base too. So it's nice. But I've followed a lot of activism too. So it kind of gives connections. So I just say, if there's any media you guys like have any ideas for us to do too about reaching out to people, if you got personally want to like have a reach out with is it Taria Smith that we reached out to? She's an awesome connection. She's said, let us see what you got. And so I think it's important to make these connections, and it gives you youth out there a really good opportunity she does internships, even high school. So I think right now with what's going on virtually, it's a lot of, we're at home, we have time for this too. So kind of show us what you got too. I want to see I want to see our trick shots. I want to see these challenges. Like, we have time for this, guys. So I know you can do it.
That's you said it excellently. One celebrity that I do think is like very, very genuine, one I do love following, is LeBron James, because I'm not saying this because like I know him on a plug. I don't know LeBron. I wish I did. I wish we could say we were best friends, but we're not. But he is someone who is, look at his Instagram, look at all of his stuff. He's always very genuine. He's always having fun. He's always being himself and being with his family. I think that's one of the most important things, is not just being isolated, being yourself. I'm better than everybody. It's, oh, I can have fun. I can be with my family. I can act stupid. I can act like I'm having fun. I can talk about tacos for 25 minutes and everybody will love it. Like, you have to just be yourself and be the way that you are, and don't take just be yourself. And that's the biggest thing I can say and I will also plug Bubba, because if you look at his Instagram, look at his Snapchat, always being himself, always having fun, always cooking food. He is, I wouldn't say the native LeBron James, but he's his own little superstar in his own way. Don't tell him I said that, because then he'll get a big head. But Bubba, you're the homie. You're the native LeBron James for me. So that is the end of that. I'm sorry for doing it abruptly, and I want to thank Frankie as well. You're awesome. I'm glad to hear from you, and I hope to hear from more of you in the future. But that's our show for today. We're excited to see you guys next week as well. Anything else you want to say before we wrap this up, Amanda?
Just remember, we kind of didn't touch base on it. Hopefully we'll get a flyer out. But again, if you have any community members, leaders, people you want to also kind of represent, we touched a little bit on that. I would like to keep it going if we can get some more submissions in and doing that. So hopefully we will again get a flyer or something in that sense to hopefully keep it going, because I think there's a lot of teachers, leaders, peoples that we can highlight as well out here. And also, Frankie mentioned too, just maybe making a list of inspirational people that we like, or just maybe having a Google Doc for Two Feathers. So that's something we could think about too, or just inspirational accounts she was saying, or people, activists. So that's something we will look into, Frankie, too. But also remember the giveaway. We will be doing that next week as well, selecting that, and we'll get those mailed out right after we do that. So, but I think that's pretty much it. And just remember that we have the speaker series next week, and it'll be, I believe, Julian, I think there might be other people going as well next week. So be on the lookout for that. There's going to be quite a few. We've been kind of adding some more people here and there. So it's going good. But yep, that's it for me, I think, Chris.
Yeah, make sure you guys check out our speaker series. Make sure you guys keep checking us out. We want more people like Frankie. Frankie, you're awesome. Everybody who's on, you guys are awesome. We're excited to talk to you guys, excited to hear from you guys. You let us be ourselves and like have fun with this stuff rather than just being really, really serious. We are excited for next week. I'm excited to show us the challenges. We have so much more planned for you guys. Please check us out. Please keep, we're gonna keep you guys updated. Please contact us. Please show us your support. We love hearing from you guys. But that's all I gotta say. I will see you guys next week. Hopefully we actually do it at 1 p.m. like we always been saying. I wanna do it at 1 p.m. on Tuesday, but we'll let you guys know what's going on. So that's all I got. Peace,
Sounds
guys.
good. Later.